Yo VC, what's up? Bob here. Couldn't help but to notice that Chris over at Tunes from the Man Cave, one of my favorite VC channels, started his own vinyl tag, Jazz Vinyl Tag 2021. And I thought, I've got to get involved in this. But as you know, there are 21 questions and our prompts, however you want to look at it. And it does take some, you have to put some thought into it. And you have to get the records together and all that. I tore apart my record collection so that I could put this together. So without further ado, let's get started. Jazz Vinyl Tag 2021. Album that got you into jazz. Yes. If you've been watching my channel for any time at all, you know that I am a guitar player, have been for over 20 years. And guitar players, that's what we do. We study other players. And I was into all the obvious characters, Hendrix, Clapton, Stevie Ray, Santana. And as I was buying all of this material to, study and borrow from, a friend of mine said, you ought to check out a record with Carlos Santana and John McLaughlin called Love, Devotion, Surrender, right? It's this record right here. Fantastic album. A bit of a fusion record. Kind of spiritual. Opens with the Love Supreme. Yeah. Normally I would say some light shredding is occurring, but no. Some heavy shredding is occurring on this record. So, yeah, I love this thing. I have melted my brain listening to this many times. It's on the Columbia 360 label. Super minty copy. I was walking past this place called the Book and Music Exchange, and it was sitting right in the front window, and I said, there it is. And I went in and got it, boom. And just an extraordinary record. Now, first jazz record you bought, well, that was probably that record, right? But the first real jazz record I bought was inspired by that record. I thought, what other records does John McLaughlin play on? And I immediately recognized one of the names, Miles Davis. And I bought this record. Miles Davis' Bitches Brew, yes. Huge sonic landscapes of just like heavy vibes and just amazing playing. This record right here immediately brings memories to me of liquid blue incense, colored lights, lava lamps. When I got this record, that's what I was into. I was burning incense and turning on lava lamps. I'm still doing that, by the way. And, listening to these guys throw down on this double LP, right? This is a 2i Columbia. Got this one recently in a large jazz hall, which you might have seen on the channel. That said, this is crazy clean, and I still love this record. It's one of my favorite Miles Davis records. I tell a story about this on one of the Bobcast episodes, so you should go back and find that. Yeah, Miles Davis's Bitches Brew. I love that thing. Blue Note record. Show a Blue Note record. Yeah, I'll go with a heavy hitter here. Bam. John Coltrane's Blue Train. Yeah, this is a stereo. It's like a second press on that Blue Note label. That's right. A lot of people perceive this to be Coltrane's best record. Yeah, I don't know. Different strokes. But it's for sure a really good record. A must-have in any jazz collection. If you don't have a copy of Blue Train, you gotta get one. You gotta get a good one. Yeah. Mine is really nice. Show a Prestige record. Yeah. Another Coltrane record here of sorts. This is the Kenny Burrell Quintet with John Coltrane. Yeah. This is a killer record. Now, this is a later pressing. This is like a 64 pressing on the Blue Prestige label. Now, the original cover to this is like this really cool, kind of swirly, awesome cover, which hopefully someday I'll find. This one is really nice. Sounds amazing. You got Kenny Burrell playing like a genius on here. him and Coltrane are trading licks back and forth, and they're playing all these cool unison lines. This is a fantastic record. Paul Chambers, Jimmy Cobb, Tommy Flanagan. It's not real expensive. You should definitely get it. It's really good. And to complete my little Coltrane trilogy here, Show an Impulse record. Yeah, Coltrane, self-titled, put out in 61 or 62. Really great Coltrane record. Good way to start his Impulse career. You know, here's the deal. I did tell some people that Love Supreme was the first record on Impulse. That's a total lie, and I made that up. This is the first Impulse record. The Great Kai and J.J. Johnson, yeah. This trombone record, first Impulse album. This is the very first release on Impulse. Not a Love Supreme. But this Coltrane record right here is the first Coltrane release. It's a great record. You should definitely check it out. Riverside. Show of Riverside. I never showed this one, so I just thought I would. 5x5, Monk. That's right. The Thelonious Monk Quintet playing 5 tunes. Awesome cover on that blue Riverside label. Typical Monk. Spectacular playing. Just get everything Monk. You know, you don't have to be a completist about it, but all the Riverside stuff is fantastic. Show a contemporary record. Now, some other people have probably already showed this, I'm sure. I know of at least one. But it is my favorite contemporary record, and my 4th favorite Sonny Rollins record. Sonny Rollins, Way Out West, on that yellow contemporary label. Huge saxophone sounds on this. Sonny Rollins playing in his stream of consciousness, ripping. One of the best covers around in all of jazz records. I love this cover. I see alternate covers of this all the time. I'm like, who the hell would want the alternate cover? I want this cover. Ooh, that's a killer. Show a small label. I'm going to go with a kind of a medium-sized label, I would say. Pat Metheny's Bright Size Life. Look at this cover. It's beautiful. Jaco Pastorius is on this record. Super, super beautiful record. Kind of hard to find. My favorite Metheny title, Midwestern Nights Dream, is on this. It's a beautiful song. This whole record is fantastic. Jaco, of course, plays brilliantly. Metheny plays excellent. This pretty much, it was like right out of the gate, cemented his legacy, I would say. This is an amazing record. I think it was just added to the, you know, the Smithsonian or something like that. So, it's really cool. Jazz record that I own that most people don't know about but should. Oh, that's just really easy. Gene Ammon's Bad Bossa Nova. Man, this is a killer record. Obviously, kind of a bossa nova record. Gene Ammon's playing with that huge sax tone. You get all this air and body, like really kind of reedy kind of a sound. I love Gene Ammon's tone, you know. And he plays some killer lines too. No, he's not playing anything that's free or like, you know, that challenging to the ear. But if you want to hear some stuff that is like really killing, Gene Ammon's, he can reach out there and get you every now and then. And I love his records. This one in particular is a mono on the Fireworks Prestige label. Really, really clean. I got this for $5. It usually runs between $10 and $15 maybe. Between $5 and $15, I would say. Maybe 20 or something like that. It's definitely worth it. Pagan Love Song opens this. It's killer. I love that. And, you know, I mean, this whole thing is really vibey. I like to put that on quite a bit. Favorite jazz record bought in 2020. This was a hard one. I didn't know what to really pick. And then I just kind of thought, well, what's been on the turntable the most in 2020? What have you been listening to the most, Bob? And I realized that at a record show early on in the year, I bought this. Gets a Gilberto, right? Excellent horn playing, excellent guitar for sure. You know, a couple beautiful vocal tunes. What's not to like? And then Acoustic Sounds comes out with their version of it, and it sounds really great. I mean, both of them sound really good. But this just was kind of a double down for me, and I started listening to it even more, and it just became a really nice record to put on at the end of the night. Favorite record in an artist's discography. Yeah, this is going to be controversial. The artist is Herbie Hancock, and the record is the Headhunters record. Yeah, I know, like, probably Herbie's most popular record to some degree, and I'm sure, you know, I also love Speak Like a Child, and most all the early Herbie records as well. But this record right here informs so much of what I do as a musician. And you know, Chameleon is a track that a lot of people learn. It's played at a lot of jams and things of that nature, so you have to learn it. It's an important piece to have in your repertoire. So, you know, there's what I think is the definitive version of Watermelon Man is on here. It's funky as hell. And I think this record is just fantastic. The cover art is incredible. Everything about it, Columbia 360 label. Side 1, you know, Chameleon in particular, you know, that's like a 15-minute long song, and it really can challenge the modern attention span, and I love that. You know, I just love the fact that these dudes are stretching out and just going hard on the heavy vibes. Man, I just can't say enough about that record. It's so kick-ass. Favorite record bought in a brick and mortar. Ah, cool. This record was a Prestige record. I paid $3.99 for it. Probably in between VG and VG Plus or something like that. It has the most ultimate lineup of almost any jazz record. I'm going to tell you who's on it. Miles Davis, Sonny Rollins, Thelonious Monk, Milt Jackson, Horace Silver, Kenny Clark, and Percy Heath. That's right. It's Bag's Groove, Miles Davis. Prestige, 7109. Yeah. On the Prestige Fireworks label. Yeah, this is just a cool record just because of all the people that play on it. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you pick up the stylus and you keep moving it from track to track, more than likely you're just going to keep landing on Miles Davis solo after Miles Davis solo. Yeah. Miles plays his ass off on this, and he's burning on here. This beautiful record. And, you know, it's a Milt Jackson record as well. Some tasty little vibes on here. It's really, it's a good record and part of any Miles Davis Prestige collection. Yeah. Next, a record you bought online. Well, that's real easy. Sometimes you can't buy a record in a brick and mortar because most brick and mortars don't carry analog production records cut at 45 RPMs like this one right here. I was listening to Spotify and I heard this track and I was like, more bossa nova, which I'm deeply into right now for some reason. Just my ears are really liking that. And I thought, what is that? I went to look and it said, Ike Quebec on tenor sax, bossa nova, soul, samba. Boom. Right here. Yeah, this is a killer record. Big, beautiful saxophone tone, expertly recorded, expertly played. This is just a lovely sounding record. You know, it is a bit of a bummer that it's 45, but you know, that's why, one of the reasons why it sounds so good. Each side on this is probably 10 minutes or something like that, so you are getting up quite a bit. But it's an awesome record and one of my favorites. Record a friend found for you or gifted you. Well, Jeffrey Lee Puckett is a huge Bill Evans fan, and he thought that my Bill Evans collection was not complete until I had this record. The Bill Evans Trio Sunday at the Village Vanguard. That's right. This is an 80s OJC. Rumored that all the 80s OJCs are all analog. Definitely sounds really good. Super nice sounding record. You know, Scott LaFaro's on here. It's on the Riverside label. OJC's one of the best values that you could get for a really long time. Finding older OJCs is a good way to get into affordable Bill Evans records. Oh, a 10-inch or a 7-inch. Well, I don't have any 10-inch or 7-inch jazz records. I will show a 7-inch real fast. The Misfits, Horror Business. Yeah, get this. It's amazing. That's all I'm going to say. We'll talk about that later. It was just laying right there. Oh, a jazz box set. Here we go. The complete Blue Note recordings of, yeah, Tina Brooks on Mosaic. Yeah, this is a nice box. I'm gonna open this up so you can see what it looks like when you open up a Mosaic box. Well, first there's like a book. Pretty good sized book, right? Here's the Mosaic label. Pretty cool, right? Now Mosaic, they did all these cool box sets that pretty much have all of, you know, of any particular artist's catalog to some degree. Now Tina Brooks, young genius, and did some recording for Blue Note. Really, really good stuff. Now, yes, I'm still buying the Tone Poets even though I own this. And maybe someday I'll do a little bit of a comparison, but I did want to show this box because the Mosaic box sets are sort of rare, and you know, for like a run of 10 they went to digital masters and then realized the error of their ways and kind of went back analog. Luckily this is an all analog box, so really stoked on that. Next, most recent jazz score. Just got this. Bam. Saxophone Colossus, Sonny Rollins, that's right. This is the Quality Records pressing, and this sounds really good. I like this. This is just a safety copy. Mine, I think the slightly superior copy might be the Steve Hoffman, Kevin Gray, OJC. Yeah, it sounds really good. This one's pretty good too. But this one definitely has the nicer cover tip on. Yeah, this is really nice. But yeah, I keep this until this is more like an original. Has the you know, the address up here at the top and stuff. Pretty cool. But you know, you got to have at least a few copies. Maybe one day I'll find an original. It's highly doubtful. In Kentucky, finding a original Sonny Rollins Saxophone Colossus is probably not in the cards. Let's see. Jazz records you hope you find in 2021. Wow, so many. I could go on and on, but I will tell you a few. I would love to have Thelonious Monk's Brilliant Corners, Pharoah Sanders' Karma, Horace Silver's Horoscope, the Coltrane Blues record, Coltrane Sound. I mean, I could just go on and on with this. There's multiple Sonny Rollins with Miles, with Monk on Prestige. I would love to have. I mean, there's a bunch, you know, more Bill Evans. I mean, I could go on and on with this, but I won't. Next, jazz record you own that you'd like to upgrade on. Well, pretty easy. I have two records right here. Now, these are pretty clean records. They are from the 80s. They're okay. They're both stereo. They're on the Finest in Jazz Since 1939 label, right? Monin and Hank Mobley's Soul Station, yeah. Both of these records are absolutely smoking. They need no explanation or introduction probably to anyone watching this video. They're amazing, amazing albums, especially Moaning for sure. And Soul Station is killer. That said, these are pretty okay. But the classic series, all analog cut by Kevin Gray, they're on their way. And my upgrades are coming very soon. So I'm really super stoked on that. Free jazz record. Oh, this is a good one too. So, bought this in Key West. You might have saw the video that I made about that for $1. That's right. Yeah, this is on Blue Note. Larry Young of Love and Peace. Boom, look at this cover. Yeah, This is the cover for a free jazz record. Now, Larry Young isn't, you know, the first name that comes to mind when I had a feeling it was pretty free just because of the cover. They're really reaching, putting out these kind of sounds and clusters of notes. So it's an interesting record. Yeah, I thought I would show that. Pretty cool. A free jazz record. Last but not least, Desert Island Jazz Records, right? I have two. One a little more fusion, one a little not as fusion. I talk about this record a lot. I really love it. Recently scored this beautiful near mint copy on 2i Columbia. Miles Davis in a silent way. Wow, I love this record. It's beautiful in every way. You know, talk about sonic landscapes, just nice vibes. Everything I want to hear as a musician, expertly delivered through possibly the most critical player in all of the jazz canon, Miles Davis. The band on this is spectacular, and it's absolutely one of my favorite Miles records. But I can't just have one. I gotta have at least another. And I also love this record a lot. This is the 80s OJC. Stunningly beautiful in every way, though some people say the piano is slightly distorted. Whatever. Everybody digs Bill Evans. This is a beautiful record. In particular, the track Peace, Peace. Wow. Talk about blowing my mind. The dynamics of the piano on that song are just incredible. Bill Evans really kind of giving you a pretty good idea of who he is as a player and an artist on this record, as far as I'm concerned. It's a beautiful, beautiful record. White Riverside label. I could pretty much listen to these two records forever. But anyway, yeah, that was cool. You guys should definitely check out Chris's channel, Tunes from the Man Cave. That's right. And you know, spin some jazz records. So please like, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment down below. Until we meet again. That's right, folks. Bob out.